Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Aries and I'm your online BFF of today. And if you are my return subscribers, thank you so much for clicking my video again and again. Thank you so much. Alright, girls, boys, yeah. As you can see of today's video, it is about a topic that I want to talk and emphasize on. Alright, so have you ever noticed that how some people seems to grow, succeed and transform almost effortlessly, while others stay stuck in the same place for years? Have you ever thought of that? It's not always because those people, they are smarter and all. It is not always because they are more talented, and it is definitely not always because they work harder than anyone else, right? So sometimes the biggest difference is much simpler, you know like it's the people around them, you know so the people surrounding them. Okay, so there's a saying that goes, show me your friends and I will show you your future. Okay, so at first that sounds dramatic, for real. I mean, for me as well. But think about it. I want you to think about it. Like, the people you spend the most time, with, if most time with, is gonna influence your thoughts, your habits, your standards, your beliefs, and eventually your destiny, right? So you may believe that you are completely independent. All right, so you may think like nobody influences you, but influence, doesn't announce itself, because it happens quietly, right? So little by little, day after day and all. Wait, let me just, yeah, day after day and all, conversations after conversations between, the people around you, until one day you wake up and realize that you have become reflections of the environment that you have been living in. All right, so the truth is this, because the 5 people you surround yourself with are actually shaping your entire life. I'm just stating the fact. And if you're not careful, they may be shaping it in ways that you don't even notice it, right? So imagine placing a healthy apple beside a 5 rotten apples. What's gonna happen? Can you imagine what's gonna happen? Because, yeah, the healthy apple doesn't magically make the rotten apples fresh, right? So the opposite happens. The rot spreads. So the healthy apple slowly becomes rotten too, right? So people work similarly. Okay, similarly, all right? So human beings naturally absorb the behaviors of those around them. Okay, we copy attitudes, we imitate beliefs, we adopt expectations. So without realizing it, we become the people we spend the most time with. So if your closest circle constantly complains about life, eventually you will start complaining too. Okay, so if they make excuses, you'll start making excuses too. So if they settle for mediocrity. I'm sorry for my I keep twisting my tongue. Mediocrity. Oh my god. Mediocrity, you will slowly begin lowering your standards. Okay, so not because you are weak, right? You're not weak. And humans actually adapt to the environment. Okay, so I want you to imagine the opposite way. All right, so imagine surrounding yourself with people who are ambitious, people who read books and all, who take responsibility, accountability, who pursue their goals relentlessly, people who challenge themselves to become better every single day. At first, it may feel uncomfortable because you keep comparing yourself with them, right? You may feel behind, like, oh, why am I not enough and all. You may feel intimidated at first, but I'm saying but, right? But eventually something incredible happens, and their standards become your standards too. All right, so their mindset becomes your mindset. So, and your life begins to change. All right, it's it's begin to change, and not because like someone changed you. It because okay, it's just a reminder for you guys. Like nobody gonna help you. That's first, all right? Because you don't expect that someone else gonna change your habits or your behavior, your routines and all, because no one else will love to, right? And also if you have the tendency to like help the people around you, like you try to advise your friends or whoever is it, your siblings, or no, don't you don't have to. I mean, you can give an advice, but you don't have to take the responsibility to like babysit them or keep just telling them or reminding them. You don't have to, because you see, you imagine that other people are controlling your life or keep advising your your behavior and all. I mean, obviously your reactions, your response will be you won't like it, right? So it same goes to the people around you. So you don't have to babysit around the people, if those people, I don't care whether it's your family members, I don't care whether your close friends or whoever, you don't have to babysit them. Just let them be, alright? Because you don't have to like babysit someone else. So instead, I want you to like surround yourself with people who has the same mindset as you, alright? So, and I believe that your life gonna dramatically change, alright? Not because like someone changed you, because you are trying to adapt, alright? Because your environment changed what felt normal, right? So most people underestimate the power of a normal, like what I'm sorry, I'm just holding my bottle. So what feels normal actually determines your future. Okay, so if let's say if laziness feels normal, growth becomes difficult. If negativity feels normal, happiness becomes rare. If quitting feels normal, so success becomes unlikely happen, right? So, but you see, if learning feels normal, if disciplines feels normal, if courage feels normal, everything changes, everything changed, you rise to the level of your environment, look at professional athletes. They train with elite, elite athletes. Is that how it pronounced? Elite, all right. Yes, so look at successful entrepreneurs, like they spend time with people who think big, right? So look at the musicians, artists, scientists, and innovators. They actually surround themselves with people who challenge them to improve, challenge themselves to improve, because this isn't an accident, right? It's a strategy. It's a strategy, because growth thrives in the right environment. Even the strongest tree struggles in poisoned soil or contaminated soil. So here's something many people like don't want to hear. Like sometimes the biggest obstacles to your future isn't your lack of talent. It is actually your circle, your current environment, and also yourself, because you are holding yourself too. So some people genuinely care about you, and I understand that. So others only care about keeping you where you are. You get that difference? So not because they are evil. They are not evil. Your parents are not evil. Your family members are not evil. Your siblings are not evil. Your friends are not evil. Your colleagues are not evil. So not because they hate you, no, but because your growth reminds them of their own lack of growth. So yes, so your ambitions makes them uncomfortable. Your discipline exposes their excuses, right? And your success force them to confront their lives, and instead of rising. Okay, I'm back because just now I paused the video. So back to the topic. So instead of them rising with you, all right, they try to pull you back. They try to pull you back down. You get it? So you will hear things like, why are you working so hard? You're taking this too seriously. You're not going anywhere. You have change, Or some people might say, oh, you know what, just relax, take it slow, or stop dreaming so big. At first, these commands sounds harmless, but repeatedly enough times they become chains, and many people spend their entire lives trapped by the opinions of those who never had the courage to pursue their own dreams. And from my experience, I really hate those people who just constantly doubt you and give me a judging look, obviously. They do not have the rights to judge you. Alright? I don't care, or undermine your effort and the whole person of you, because I have met that kind of people before. So I want you to pay attention to how people react when you are actually trying to improve, right? So do they even encourage you? The question marks, okay? Or do they mock you, undervalue you? Okay, so do they even celebrate your wins? That's the thing. Do they even celebrate your wins? Do they even congrats you? Oh, you're doing great, Wow, that's amazing. That's the celebrations, right? Or become strangely silent. Because I have met these kind of people before. And truth to be told, I don't want to mention who, but I realize it. Sometimes I realize, so I don't care. So that's it, because the people who belong in your future are usually the people who support your growth, not the people who fear it or questioning you, or demotivating you. Okay, this doesn't mean that you need to abandon everyone. It doesn't mean that cutting people off at the first disagreement. No, I'm not saying that. But it doesn't mean being intentional. Some people give you an intentional bad remark or a negative remark to you. So not everyone deserves front row seats in your life. Okay, including your boss, including your parents, your family members, including your close friends, colleagues, whoever it is. Not everyone deserves front row seats in your life. Some people are companions. Some people are just lessons or teachers. Some people are supporters. And some people are only a distractions for you. Not even important in your life. So your responsibility is learning the difference. Think about the conversations that you have most often. Are they about ideas, dreams, goals, learning, creating, building? Or are they always about gossips, drama, complaints, excuses, blaming others? The quality of your conversations often determines the quality of your futures, because your conversations become your thoughts become your actions, and your actions actually become your life. Your actions reflect your lives. All right, so one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself is who am I becoming because of the people around me, not who they are. I don't care who the hell is around you, not what they say. Who are you becoming? I'm asking you, who are you actually becoming? Are you becoming stronger more disciplined, more optimistic, courageous? Or are you becoming more negative because of the people around you? Because some people, some people, they like to put on a fake facade in front of you. Some people like to devalue you, undermine you, disrespect you in a polite way. I really hate this type of people, and I met this kind of people before. Like, you know what? Undermine your value. I'm just keep laughing. So sorry. So yeah, undermine your value and all just to make themselves far more confident than you. To make themselves far more superior than you because they do not like what you are doing, right? And I met this kind of people before. In real life, for real. And it's in working environment. And it's funny. So yeah. So the answer actually reveals everything, right? Their actions, the words that they speak to us. Okay, so here's the good news. So you don't need to have like hundreds of friends, close friends, or need a massive network. You don't need like everyone to believe in you, because sometimes one person actually can change your life. One mentor, one friend, one coach, one accountability partner, one person who sees potential to you when you can't see it yourself, one person who refuses to let you settle, one person who reminds you of who you are actually capable of becoming. Alright, only one person. So never underestimate the power of a single positive influence, because one person actually can change the directions of your entire futures. Do you get that? Alright. So, and if you currently like don't have people like that around you, don't lose hope. Okay, I want you, don't lose hope first. Okay, don't lose hope first. In today's world, like, mentors can be found through books, through podcasts, through videos, through biographies, through communities, but built around growth. You can begin changing your environment before changing your address, right? So you can start feeding your mind with better influences today. Every book you read is conversations. So every educational video you watch is actually a conversation. Every inspiring voice that you listen to becomes part of your environment. So I want you to choose wisely. Because life is too short to spend it surrounded by people who shrink your dreams. That's the thing. So your life is too short to spend it around negativity, right? Too short to spend it around those who constantly like remind you why something can be done, like why are we acting like a failure. It's too much negativity. Alright, so I don't want you guys to spend with those shit people before, because the world already has enough doubt. Don't let your inner circle or your working environment become another source of it. Build a circle that reminds you what is possible, not undervalue your potentials or the possibility or keep insulting you. So I want you to build a circle that inspire actions instead of doubting your actions or whatever that you're doing. So I want you to build a circle that challenge complacency. Build a circle that pushes you like towards your highest potentials. So years from now, actually your life will reflect the people that the people you listen to, the voice you trusted, the standards that you accepted, the habits that you copy, the beliefs that you absorb. Choose those influences carefully, because whether you realize it or not,